Did you see that with the word deel? E-double-E. No, twice what God adds. He adds what seems to us impossible, double the goodness of God. To what man, creatures, transient life can do in the number 4. This is the number 5, fifth letter, twice, making 10. Some sort of notion of divine perfection. 10 commandments, 10 principles of life. That means God is the living God. He is what life is. And we are too, by his loving kindness, grace and favour, born of him, his creation, his very self, in variety, to make communion, quite simply his family, perfect and complete forever, changed from glory into glory, perfect company for him, his joy and peace and hope and love, his reason for living, just as he is ours. Where was I? Oh, on eel. L is, God, Cain, the Canaanite, but I mean broader than that. Word for God. Real. Vibration. Life is vibration, isn't it? Motion, variability, and of a particular pitch, particular quality, value, in fact. Perhaps. To deal. End. Final, complete. It's a deal. And not only that, but it's what you've been given, a deal. An ideal. It's it's the ideal for you. Your individuality. Not to be despised, as, the way religion can treat the notion of ego, but desired, dear to us, good, of great value. The I, perfected, enlarged to embrace all life, as he does, of course. This is maturity, that your identity be for the whole family of God. Life, all life, by his grace and loving kindness. Wonderful, unspeakably wonderful. Communion, in fact, with our Heavenly Dad. D for Dad, deal. It's our Father's deal to us. Think of words that have that eel. Okay, you might think of that as a water snake, and you may have the notion that snakes are bad in some sense, but they are life. In fact, the serpent was wisdom, personification of wisdom in ancient religious views. Lift up the serpent in the wilderness and everyone would be healed of the plague in the Hebrew story. Moses lifted up the serpent. I think it was his rod, was it again, that turned to a serpent? Wisdom, you see. There was wisdom in his authority, in his power, in his rulership. The stick is power, you see. In primitive terms, it's force and to poke and to hit. But in more spiritual terms, it's to take your weight and to be a very close companion. And in Eastern terms, symbolic of the spine, keep it straight. This is the astonishing feature of man. He walks on two legs. His spine becomes upright. He's erect. He can see. He can reach the fruit in the trees. And of course he's got arms to do so. You're a fruit eater. Oh yes, I'm back to that, aren't I? To peel, it's a continuous something, isn't it? That you take off the fruit. To seal, it's a continuous cover, all across, all over. A reel is a continuous flow of a line coming off some sort of spool, like in a fishing spool or a skein of wool. Heel. Ah, wonder what that is. A meal continues to give life and food. A meal. For me, God's double provision, our Heavenly Dad's provision to us. A meal. To feel. You feel it on the surface of the body, don't you? The fingers or the hands or the touch of the foot or the heel. Yes, you're feeling it. You're feeling the ground under you, and you know that's your firm contact with security. Keel of a boat, the curve, the rounding that's continuously in contact with the water, enables you to float and sail across the water instead of drowning. A meal, yes, I started with that one, didn't I? Do you see the sounds? And perhaps why in alliteration, in poetry, part of why poetry can speak so much to us, that the sounds themselves are the association of various feelings, thoughts, values, desires, motivation. So a poem can be an inspiration to us. How do you feel about that? Thank you, Heavenly Dad.